beautiful action, beautiful pictures, beautiful goals from the ongoing AFCON Cup of Nations in Morocco. 24 teams started the tournament, and now they are down to 8. And the race for the sport in the last 4 years begins today, where Mali will face Senegal, then Cameroon versus Morocco. Of course, tomorrow it will be the turn of Algeria, Nigeria, then Egypt, Ivory Coast. So many thanks for joining us. It is the last edition in the week, and it promises to be quite, should I say, explosive now. Well, it's a full team, and I remain the captain of the team today, Moses Ojewumi. My guys are here, Akim Obi and Chiyalao.
And who made you the captain?
Of course. Once in this corner, you are the captain. Because I determine what goes on. I determine what goes on.
If you want to play that role, then all our bills today is on you.
No,
just like in the role out to just like in the
lead by example.
Just like in the saying the federal government fails to pay the players today, all the 4 match bonuses are on him. So Moses, please.
No. Well, nobody is forcing. Nobody is forcing.
Congratulations.
Nobody is forcing Didi to do that. He's doing that out of his own volition,
which is right.
Which is commendable. That he wants to pay, but that's not sustainable. If he does that, I tell you that's not sustainable.
Moses on this show,
and he doesn't have to do that because the federal government has said yesterday that they will foot the bill, they will pay all the allowances. So come on, if he's not going to do that, I am not going to do that anyway. Glad to have you guys. Well, today is the day. Mali, Senegal, Cameroon, Morocco, and tomorrow we'll get to see Nigeria. But yesterday, amid the bonus roll, everything, the Eagles arrived in Marrakesh. And maybe we can start on that note. That takes us to the first news item. Super Eagles arrived in Marrakesh in ahead of Algeria clash.
I mean, it's a good one that the team arrived safely. Let's actually start with that. It's just unfortunate that the bonus issue has actually ended the Osimhen issue as well. You know, we moved from that to the bonus.
Irrelevancy.
It's irrelevant.
We are not even it has nothing to do with the football itself. We are talking about different things. It's not good enough.
But I think it's good that the players actually later agreed, to travel down to Marrakesh, for that 25 AFCON quarterfinal fixtures against Algeria. But I don't know what to expect from the team now, because I'm just being honest, seriously, and not because they are not good enough. I mean, for me now, I think their head is not probably not straight, not where it should be at the moment. Then coupled with the fact that they are actually playing a very, very good side, dangerous side. I mean, no disrespect to Tanzania, Tunisia, Uganda, and Mozambique. But you agree with me that Super Eagles are going to face their first big test in this competition against the Delta Foxes of Algeria. And you can't go into a major battle talking about bonuses, talking about player routes, talking about a whole lot of stuff. But it's just where we are anyway. And sometimes I don't want to blame NFF. At the same time, I don't want to hold forth for anybody.
You don't want to blame NFF?
I don't want to. Because
some would say maybe you should say I don't want to blame NFC. Because the payment of bonuses and allowances is not on NFF, it's on the federal government.
Yeah, it's on the federal government. So and they said that the money is being delayed because of 1 or 2 administrative bottleneck and all of that. But I don't want to make of that, like I said. But it's just unfortunate.
I know what to make of it. Let me see what I want to make of it. I think it's very embarrassing. This is a distraction that we do not need, not at this time. I would agree with you that this is not the time to even be talking about anything except the opponents that we are facing next. This is our biggest test so far. And I'm disappointed that not that the timing is not good, because if we keep saying this, because when we're talking about this in the qualifiers, the country is like divided. Some people were saying the players should understand that the World Cup tickets is more important. Some people are saying, oh, they should get it, they deserve it. I understand, but this time around, this is a competition. We are in our rightest and strongest moment. You know, people are already talking about Nigeria winning the tournament, and then we just move from that and mess up the momentum with the issue of payment, which is something that I wouldn't say it's not right for the players to do it at this time, because if they don't, they're probably not going to get the bonus, which is understandable.
Some would say the players are professional and they are not new to this kind of situation. I couldn't recall, I think during the World Cup qualifiers, there was maybe before we played, Benin Republic, something like this also happened.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yes, they got to do the job, they won and all of that. They are not new to it and they are professionals. So whatever happens, this should not be pointed at as a reason.
Are you sure? Are you sure, Moses? Do you think so? I'm asking you now. Do you
psychologically?
So?
I think.
I don't think they are head. For me, like I said, I think. Let me just buttress what Akim said. I think the players actually they try as much as possible to look at the right moment to strike. They could have done this thing maybe against after immediately after the last group game, or because of course that's the dead rubber game. They've already qualified, or before that game, but they waited for the right moment. They didn't do it against Mozambique as well. They waited for a game that could go either way.
Also,
it was a calculated move, Moses. It was a calculated move. They knew that the game against Algeria today could be win or go. Anybody can beat anybody. So they felt like it's important we get this thing now before we go into a bigger battle that is either that we are not even sure of surviving. So as far as I'm concerned, it's for players that want to compensate Nigeria for not going to the World Cup with the AFCON. No way they should be talking about bonuses. Especially sorry Moses, let me make this point. Especially after different rounds of meetings with the NFF and the NSA over this, and like you said, they are not new to it. If they are not new to this money, at the same time they should also know more about administrative bottleneck. They wanted to give them cash initially. But something happened. One thing led to another. They said, okay, we are going to run it via transfer. And we are talking about millions of dollars here. Not $10,000, not $4,000 or $2,000. No, millions of dollars for the whole team and the technical crew. So it's a huge sum of money that has to pass through the appropriate channels. So as far as I'm concerned, I think the players are just dropping the balls once again.
Okay, but Akim, very swiftly, the federal government addressed, at least there was an assurance from the federal government. The Minister of State for Finance told them that yes, the money has been approved. It will take a day or two for them to sit in their dormant account. So yes, there could be a delay, but an assurance has come forth to them that don't worry, you will get this morning. So what's the first?
I think when I saw the news that indeed they said it would pay if they don't get it on Saturday, I figured indeed they probably believe that the money would come, and if it doesn't, which would be the worst case scenario, then you'll probably pay it. I feel like the players shouldn't let this we are on strike. Okay, what happens next time when they're supposed to get a kind of bonus and they don't get it? We'll go on strike again? Does that mean every 3 or 4 months we are going to be going on strike? There should be another way of dealing with this. We are putting ourselves in the map in a very wrong way. We are putting ourselves in the end line in a very wrong way. This is one of the biggest competitions in the world. A lot of people are watching the AFCON now. They're paying more attention, even from Europe, to the AFCON now. And getting the news like this, as huge as this for Nigeria, is not something that is good for our football or the image of the country at large.
At times, you hear people say, where are diasporans, demarketing Nigerians. But I see development like this, and I see there's also a way of demarketing Nigeria. If you hear that players are not receiving their bonuses as are when due, Is that also a form of demarketing?
I don't even like that word, demarketing. Anybody can demand for their rights. And once you are not happy with one or two things, you should be free to actually express yourself. The players are within their rights to express their grievances. They also have right to either to play or not to play. You can't put gun on their head and say they should play. But what I'm just trying to say, but also we must actually mention trust issue. I think there is no trust issue between the.
Oh, there is trust issue.
Thank you. I think there is trust issue. I think there is trust issue between both parties, and this is the fact that this is due to the fact that the administrators have actually fumbled in the past. So if the players are now saying you pay us now or not, I can actually understand that. But my issue, my grouse with them is we messed up World Cup tickets. Now we are in the middle of another tournament that you promised to win to compensate Nigeria, and you are doing this again. The fact is, anybody that wants to play for Nigeria will play for Nigeria, and we know that. I don't think the issue will actually demarcate the team, and the reason is we are not going to get the graded players anyway. The world class players will not pick Nigeria ahead of England.
But this kind of news is not helping.
It is not helping us out.
You said we are not going to get the graded. If there is the slightest chance that we might get one or two, this is not helping that cause.
Hakim, the fact is these players are well paid. Whether the money comes as a Wendy or not, they are going to get the money, and it is a huge amount of money. If you ask me, it's huge. We are talking about each player will receive over $17,000 for that winning bonus. Each player will over 17, close to $20,000 US. That's outside the competition's money. This money is being paid by the federal government of Nigeria. They still have a percentage, from the competition money. So as far as I'm concerned, playing for the Super Eagles is also lucrative. It's not, nobody is sacrificing for anybody. That's just the truth. So, like I said, we will still get some good players. In fact, just a couple of minutes ago, Tunde Adelakun was actually announced as the coordinator for diaspora players. He worked with Genetro at Benin Republic and during his time with the Super Eagles as well. That means the commission is looking to go into Europe and get some foreign born players to still come and play for Nigeria as well. So I don't think that situation will demarcate Nigeria, but the truth is we must find a long-lasting solution.
Okay, we must find a long-lasting.
We must find a long-lasting solution. So it's not. There's no justification for it. It's not making sense.
I think everybody has to play their part.
Yeah,
the players have to play part.
Well, very shortly, a man from Morocco will be joining us virtually. I will be asking perhaps certain things we don't know that he knows. He will get to tell us. But now let's get to today's fixtures. Mali versus Senegal, Cameroon versus Morocco. And if there's one man that is always spot on with his prediction, that is Akeem.
Come on.
I mean, you're always spot on with your prediction.
It's easier to predict and analyze linearity. This is the biggest part of the competition,
Okay. You cannot run away when the seat is hot. You earn yourself that right.
You predicted proper games. So come on. Oh yeah.
Okay. Me and Chia,
for those that want to place their money on this team, Mali, Senegal, will you be? Are you going through the books?
Okay. Well, for this one, I would say Senegal are clear favorites, no doubt about that. I actually do not think Mali has done incredibly well so far in the competition. Yes, they are in the quarterfinals, no doubt about that. They had a very interesting second round of 16 to get here, but then nonetheless, I'll still put my money on Senegal.
Okay. Well, you may have to hold your thoughts. I'm still coming back regarding Cameroon and Morocco. But Biodun Alabi is ready for us now. Good afternoon, Biodun.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Biodun.
I mean, it's nice to see you rocking the Adire fabric in Casablanca. Or are you in Marrakesh now? Okay, you are saying...
Not yet in Marrakesh. Not yet in Marrakesh. I'm still in Casablanca. I can see behind you. Of course, you may not be able to distinguish between the ambience in Marrakesh and Casablanca because the two cities, they look alike. You know, in this country, most of the cities, they look alike. So you are not likely to distinguish except still in the city of Casablanca, beautiful city. The weather is still the way it is, but one is beginning to cope. It's looking like I could settle down, you know, a retirement in Morocco.
Well, those cities, I mean, the cities are smelling of development, no doubt about that. You know, the skyscrapers, the roads, the fast cars. Well, anyway, let's leave that and let's talk about the tax ahead, the Super Eagles of Nigeria versus Algeria. There are issues, Biodun, the bonus rule indeed coming out yesterday that is ready to even pay the allowances if the federal government does not do the needful. And yes, the federal government also come out to say the money is actually in the pipeline. What do you know regarding this, Biodun?
Well, I've been listening to your conversation, and I think Sheyi Alao has put it. You know, I think the question is this. Over the years, trust issue has always been the case between, you know, the Super and the Nigerian Football Federation or the Nigerian government or our teams, because issues of bonuses have not only been limited to that team, the Super Eagles. So it's just the way it is. It's a question of cost. But we all know how things work in this country, in Nigeria. Government promises a certain amount of money or certain incentives to be given to you, get approval, but of course it also takes some time, you know, before it comes out. I think money, other things like accommodation for the feeding of the team, the flight tickets and all of that, you know, expectedly because you can't toy with that. But when it comes to bonuses, you know, I think because this money come in batches. When it comes to bonus, you are not likely to even to get them as early as you think. So I think that agree with you guys. There must be a system put in place to make sure that such things don't happen anymore. It has become traditional with Nigerian sports that you know, questions of bonuses arise in every event. Nigeria is going to the time of the year. You are likely to also hear of such stories so it's as simple as that. I don't think we need to overflow this matter. It's the way it well, the good thing for me is that the matter has been prepared here. I think the players have been told, they've been assured that they'll get that from today, between today and tomorrow. We are waiting for that to be done. But the good thing is that the captain of the team, he has promised that we'll pay the bonuses if the money does not arrive. So it's really unfortunate that this is the way things are at the moment. But I'm quite happy with the fact that all eyes are on focus has returned. The issue of the group one has been also taken to the background. I'm trying to reconnect you guys. I don't know. Okay.
You are still audible. Okay, you are still audible. You can speak.
Okay. You can speak to me. Okay. So it's as simple as about what will happen tomorrow, you know, on the field of play. Because whether you like it or not, because I'm here with and there are also a handful of NFC officials too that they've actually given us some reasons why we have such delays. You know, that we usually. I also got from the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Malam Shehu expertise of you know, funding of sport, because he also complained about the system, you know, getting approval, drafting of proposals and requests for money, then getting approval, and of course, approval backed by cash. You know, he told me of that too. So I think it's something that the government, federal government has to do.
Okay.
The funding of sports is quite different from funding of any other project.
Okay, so Biodu, would you say that the fact that Ndidi told the team that he would pay if the money doesn't come, does it mean that there are some part of the team that believes that the money could come, or probably Ndidi actually believe that the money would come, but if it doesn't, then he will probably pay? Is it that Ndidi is saying that, okay, I trust these people, this money would come, and he's trying to convince some of the players and they don't believe or agree with him? Is it that there's a division in this call for strike or not? Because it suddenly looks like that.
I think that is in the mind of Ndidi. You know, nobody knows, you know, whether it is, if he says they allow the NFL. But I think it is just trying to behave like a captain here. You know, this is the first time he's captaining the national team at a tournament. And I'm sure he's also going to make history by lifting the title, by lifting the national team. Remember, he's never won it. And he also, if he doesn't win it this time around, he may not likely be around, you know, to play the national stuff anymore and probably touch the title. So I think that's why he's inspired. And why not? If you actually took that step, he's the captain of the team, and I think that's a display by him. But it's another matter entirely if he decides to pay the allowance and in the long run. But I think he must have been assured, you know, that he should not worry that the money will come maybe before next week. Don't forget the fact that if we win the game against Algeria tomorrow and the money is not paid, and Ndidi himself, you know, fails, it means that we are likely to see another crisis.
A bigger one.
I'm sure we want to avoid that. A lot of people are coming to this country. I tell you, we have top-notch people that are coming. What people are not, you know, from different states of the federation, from different levels of government, federal government. And I'm sure these big shops will not really want that kind of thing to happen here. You know, they really focus and they look good to win the title. So, I mean, it would really be unfortunate to allow funding, you know, to derail the focus of the boys and their aspiration to live.
Okay, Biodu, talking about Wilfred Ndidi, he's the captain of the team. Obviously, away from the bonus issue now, I don't want us to dwell on it for too long. It doesn't worth it. It's been around for a very, very long time. And I think in the next 2 or 3 competitions, it will still be an issue. We have to get used to it. You know, but the game against Algeria tomorrow, the last time the Super Eagles and the Desert Foxes met was in 2019 AFCON. That was in the semi-finals in Egypt. The boys actually lost. Nigeria lost by 2-1. Riyad Mahrez converting a late free kick to beat Daniel Afei. In fact, the captain of the team, Wilfred Ndidi, gave away that free kick in a deadly position. And Mahrez said, "Thank you very, very much," and he sent Nigerian packing. But tomorrow, it's Algeria again, you know, familiar foe, and I'm trying to, you know, I don't want to say I'm not confident about the chances of the boys, but I saw Algeria as well against Democratic Republic of Congo, though they struggled to actually win that game because Congo obviously a very, very compact side. But one thing about the Algerians is that they are very, very
Kabembasi, in front of them, Iwobi, Ndidi, Okon, Osime, Lukman, you know, and the rest of them. Of course, the feeling here is that the Eagles have the sharpest attack. Man, that's symbolized by the number of goals that they've scored. Don't worry, we have about some little minor things in the defense. The antics let him go, you know, but I guess the coach has also worked on him, and yes, the players that the Nigerians are worried about. But I think if, you know, and as early as enough, they come as early as enough, just like they came against Tunisia, I am sure victory will be ours tomorrow. So there's no need to fret, to worry. At any rate, the best of this tournament are the teams that are in the quarterfinals now. And Nigeria can actually beat the chest and say, yes, quarterfinals. The Algerians are also ambitious. They also want to win the tournament. So they're not going to come to joking. So let's expect that and be hopeful that the Super Eagles over there tomorrow in Marrakesh.
Okay, thank you so much, Abeokuta. Well, let's allow you perhaps to go and rest or attend to other matters in Morocco. So best of luck in Marrakesh. We are quite hopeful, though it's close to call. So ensure you don't this adire tomorrow to the mad venue.
green adire.
green, white, green adire.
I'll try my best. All right.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, that was Abeokuta Alabi, man in Morocco, currently in Casablanca, but will be going to Marrakesh very soon for that game. Okay, let's go down the memory lane. Like she said, Algeria are familiar foes, and we've met, you know, a number of times, but one of such meetings will be in 2019, where Algeria had defeated Nigeria 2-1. I think we met in 2020 also, and 2022, and all ended in defeat, all ended in favor.
Actually, the last three matches we played them,
okay,
they've beaten us.
In the last three matches, yeah. Okay, but I think two of those three should be friendlies.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's get to see a meeting